Sonny visits Remi after his operation. Cash and Joe track down Tane together. The DPP have a change of heart regarding Lacey's case. And Rue is back.
Old mate's good to go.
Hey, what's going on?
Seriously? You didn't listen to my message?
No, I didn't. What?
A bloke was showing Tanya's photo around town.
Do you know him?
A mate of mine. He's a cop.
Yeah. Right, yeah, you're gone. I can get you to the airport, but that's as good as I can do.
Hey, just stay out of trouble.
Yeah? You know me? I'll be right.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast, your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
Bad boy, Soph. Gotta love him.
Gotta love him. Do? Yes. What a week.
I think you've had a very good week.
I've had an excellent week.
On our way. Haven't you?
Yes, it's been delicious.
The saga rumbles on.
Yes.
How are you? You okay?
I'm all right. How are you, doll?
Yes, very well, thank you.
Good.
Cooled off from the hot rays of Western Australia to come and do a podcast. Yeah.
I had a little go in Brax's outdoor shower because I needed one. Yeah. It's very cold. Very necessary. Yes.
Cash suits the desert. We said it, didn't we?
Does. He's looking
Dishevelled.
Dishevelled, yes. He's got like a more stubble going on and the fringe was down.
Fringe was down.
We like it when the fringe is down.
Yeah. Not in the uniform, but still running around doing action man stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, it was, we were, as always, messaging as this was going out. We were like, oh, yes, loving this. The show knows their audience, don't they?
Yes.
They really do. So,
Thank you.
All week I've thought, this is Sophie's week. This is like peak Homer's for Sophie.
It's like my ultimate crush meets my current crush, you know what I mean? Like Brax and Cash in the same scenes. Are you joking me? I felt like it was my birthday this week. I kept checking the calendar. It's not July. What's going on?
I still can't believe we're here talking about this.
Mad.
It is 2026 and Brax is back on the screen.
Woo!
Crazy. Tell you what I'm loving is that everyone's performance is really good.
Yes.
Like no one's letting the side down.
No.
Everyone's really, really gone all out with this, and I think it's been really well written, really well executed.
Yeah.
The direction's been good. My only criticism perhaps is like there was a little bit too much drone footage, if I was being really pedantic. Like I was getting a bit sort of fed up of seeing that one road.
I wondered whether that was like part of the money that they got though for shooting these episodes, that it was like you must show and talk about the landscape as well, talk about how beautiful it is and how the beach is better than the one in Palm Beach and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so,
you're gonna want to show that off, aren't you? Yeah, you're right, and I get it. But there was it just erred on the side for me of getting a little bit too much, especially as like last week on the podcast, I was a bit like, what's going on here? No one's doing anything.
Yeah. Yes.
But beautiful it is.
Do you know, it's funny, I texted you at the time, but I was flicking through the TV channels the other night trying to find something to watch for half an hour. And I came across, by accident, a programme, Bill Bailey. And he's doing a travel program, and I was like, oh, I'll watch this for a minute because I quite like him. He's quite funny. And then, lo and behold, guess where he was? He was in Exmouth. And the whole program was like, he went to Ningaloo Park, which is where the competition, the Channel 5 competition for last year.
Yeah.
He went scuba diving in Ningaloo Park, which is one of the things on the prize that was like the Channel 5.
Was he the Channel 5 winner?
he might have been. He might have
Was
been.
it on? Was this on Channel 5?
It wasn't. It was on. I think it was on More 4. I think it's on the Channel 4 app and stuff. But it's mad. And I watched the whole episode, and then he went to this lake, and it was like bright pink, and I was like, why didn't I win this competition? It's like Sophie coded here. Hello. It was amazing. I actually got because I wasn't sure. You know, I wanted to win the competition because obviously we wanted to go, but I wasn't sure about going to that side of Australia because obviously we know the Homer stuff is on the other side, and I was like, well, if we go all that way, we can't do the Palm Beach tour. We would just have to do like the film set, you know, the filming location or whatever. So I was a bit like, oh well, never mind. Like it's not the bit that I want to go to anyway. But now I've seen like his travel program. I'm actually gutted. I'm like, I can see us there, Si, like doing all the stuff.
Really?
Not scuba diving, but or snorkeling. I don't know the difference. What's the difference? I've no idea. I think he was scuba diving. But the actual place looked really nice, and there was like loads of wildlife, and then this pink lake, and he was like doing paddleboarding on this pink lake, and I was like, I could have done this. Like now I've seen it. I can see myself there. Damn it.
Oh, bloody hell.
I know. Anyway.
Yeah, I think when we were entering that competition, I was a bit like, I worry about this if I have to. I'll just spam the entrance for now.
I entered it, and then I read the small print, and it was like scuba diving in Ingaloo Park and like doing this, and I was like, I messaged you, and I was like, I can't even swim. Like, I ain't doing any of this.
I wonder if it's like a set like tour that the tourist people do.
Probably.
And that's why it's like the same thing as what was on the competition.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But it was a good programme. I enjoyed it. And Bill Bailey was hilarious.
Look out for that then. On More 4, was it?
Yeah. And he went to this place where there was like I don't know how to describe it, but like pinnacles coming out of the ground, and his description of it was brilliant. I was crying laughing. I won't give it away in case you watch it, but I enjoyed I enjoyed it. It was funny.
Well, thanks for the recommendation. We'll check that out. We'll check it out. But yeah, we've seen quite a bit of it, and it is a beautiful part of the world. I mean, the world is just such a crazy place. When you see things like this, you just think, gosh, it's a beautiful old planet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Australia continues to mystify me, you know. I think we should commit here and now, live on air, to start the early stages of planning our next trip.
Oh my god!
In let's say 2 years, 3 years.
Right, I'll have to I'm shielding my phone so that my bank account can't hear you talking. Yes.
I don't. Oh, I'm not talking on behalf of that. My bank account is stone cold.
I was going to say mine's literally crying right now. It's like, no, please.
We don't need to use the bank account right now. We're just committing to early stages.
That's true. Research.
Took us 2 years last time to get to it.
I think it was longer. I think it was at least 3. Yeah.
We spoke about it for a year, then we got serious. So let's start that process, shall we? Let's talk about it.
Oh, Jesus. When's the 9,000th episode? No, that's too early, isn't it?
Yeah.
When's the 10,000th episode? Oh dear, I'm crying. Oh dear.
Big week for the pod this week. Last week, listeners will know we had a massive week. If you're up to date, well done for getting through all that content. And thank you very much for doing so. Extra episode last weekend, wasn't it? It was a 3-episoder. Triple bang. And we had the big crossover with Pop Goes to Tam Tam. It went down really well, broken all records, I will say, in terms of listenership. And of course, then we had Any Other Business, covering mainly Remi and other stuff with Your Say on the Bay. And of course, your usual First Look. We had a bumper weekend. And I want to just take a minute just to thank everyone, really, because the whole of April, now we're into May, like in terms of engagement with the podcast, in terms of listenership, people getting in touch, new names on Your Say on the Bay, people online. It's been a mad month. And I'm just sort of taking stock today, sort of coming into this podcast thinking, gosh, what an April we've had. Yeah. Brax is back on, and I think it's just everyone's just talking about the show. in a really sort of enthusiastic way, and then that has sort of folded into us because we do that as well.
Yeah.
So thank you, people, for listening, for getting in touch, whatever you've done. If you've not, if you've downloaded and listened to just part of the pod recently, thank you. It doesn't go unnoticed, but yeah, we have recognised that a lot of you are getting involved in one way or another.
Amazing. Thank you, guys.
Yes, very, very busy times at Coastal News lately.
Especially this week.
Mm-hmm.
Our name on the show is Mud. Let's face it. So it's
I know.
nice that we've got some people that are nice to us in real life.
I know. You've just got to run and make it part of the joke, haven't you? That's all you've got to do.
Oh dear.
A couple of people were sort of reaching out in the week as well when that was airing.
Yes.
Saying, not the Coastal News, that's it again.
Them flaming galahs, they'll mess it up.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Oh dear.
In fairness, she came to us.
That's true.
Do you feel like you have to actually defend the Coastal News, this fictional newspaper?
I don't defend all of my colleagues. I'll defend you to the hilt, doll. But Peter Rolfe can swivel.
Thank you. Yeah, we can get a new one. Yeah.
Peter Rolfe needs to get his notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lawyers involved.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Do you want to talk about this week's Home and Away?
Go on then. Why not?
You're here now. So, Sonny this week is keen to see Remi, isn't he, after he's up, which we all know concluded last week. And of course, he's been basically he's been away, hasn't he, from Remi? He's not been up there, in a nutshell. So when he finally gets there, obviously he's mid-scans because he's been missing words and his speech isn't right, isn't he? And this all becomes apparent to Sonny at this moment. So we do find out that the tumour was benign. We're all relaxing. We've had this month's death, so told you. Told you. It's all good.
Don't get complacent, doll.
I've even written yay on my notes. Dr. Swan, though, does tell him, look, this is expressive aphasia. Spelling to be confirmed. And he's just basically forgotten. And don't worry, it'll resolve in time. All good. You're a success story. Hallelujah. I'm a really good person at my job. And Sonny gets straight to his usual routine, doesn't he, of taking the mick and sort of brightening up the spirits. And I must say, it makes me smile to see Sonny like this again. I really struggled with Sonny in that hole he was in, and he's got his missus back, he's cracking wise jokes, he's got his sense of humour back, and I've caught myself smiling at the telly watching these scenes.
Yeah, it's much better. It's better than them yelling at each other, throwing, glasses and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah. A relief, I think, to see them looking happy and smiling and joking. And I know he's still got his worries and obviously his concerns, and there was a little bit of a sort of look on his face. I think when Remi got the all clear and they said, oh, the tumour's benign, it's not cancer, we've got all of it, the seizures have stopped now because it was the tumour that was causing them, they've gone away, and your speech, you're messed up at the moment, but it's coming back. And there's that moment where Remi was like, oh, things are going to work out, and on Sonny's face he was like, oh, I'm really pleased for you, mate, but you could tell he was like, well, it's over for you, but I'm still... Yeah. You know what I mean?
At least you did. There was, wasn't there? There was a look of like, well, good for you.
He's pleased for Remi. Like, obviously, you would be... I mean, oh, Jesus, Remi's been through the absolute ringer, so you'd be pleased for your mate, wouldn't you? But at the same time, you're allowed to be a bit sort of sad for yourself, I think, in Sonny's situation still.
Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. And I think there's this backdrop as well, isn't there? Because Dana's been sort of on to him about, because she finds out, doesn't she, that his foot moved. Or did it move? Or he might have imagined it. None of us really know.
Yeah.
And she's been on to him about pursuing that hasn't she? So there is that backdrop as well, which I was worried that we would slip back to the old ways of, when he first went into the rehab clinic and started pushing her away, and I was a bit like, oh, because he really wasn't on board with that idea, was he, of sort of pursuing it? He's dismissed it. I've not been able to move it since. John hit me with a spoon, now it happened. So, for him, it's sort of very open and shut, isn't it? And Dana's like, that's worth pursuing, and she has to talk him round a bit, doesn't she, about going to a clinic. She eventually gets him to Dr. Swan, another one who's jack of all trades. She's like, come on down to my specialised unit. Me and my team will sort you out. And if we have a look what she's done with Remi, I'm all for it,
I was just glad to see her again. I didn't care how tenuous the link was. I was just like, yay, Dr. Swan. I think Dana tried to explain it by, spines and brains, basically. It's like all the same bit of the body. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll buy it.
If you say so.
Only because I want to see her again. I think she's awesome. So yeah.
But I think this is going to be off screen now. My gut tells me she's done.
Yeah, probably.
And we'll just see Sonny running back.
Yes. It would be nice to see her if she does have to come back. Like if there's a storyline in the future that is brains, you know what I mean? It would be nice to get her back as like a sort of recurring guest, like the old Gary, Cash's stepfather or foster father.
Yeah, recurring. Yeah. Well, there's a few people I can think of who need a bit of a brain transplant after this week, let me tell you.
I think some people need a scan to check if they have a brain. Hello. Looking at you, Tony.
Mac.
Yeah, Mac as well. Mac's brainless as well.
Sarge.
I think he has a brain. I just don't think he's I think he's having a bit of a breakdown.
What is it with you and him? Seriously.
I don't know.
Took him 3 days to work out that Tane was missing and Joe was missing. I wonder if that could be linked. No, Cash is missing and Joe's missing, and I wonder if that could be linked.
Yes, he's had a lot on his plate, doll. He's got a
I'm sure he has.
Murdering daughter to look after. DPP, Coastal News have got involved. He's got he's got stuff on.
Why are you defending him?
Because he winds you up. It's so funny. I'm sorry, but it does amuse me that you hate him so much.
He does need a trip to Dr. Swan's clinic. And a raft of other cast members, let's face it. So Sonny, he's reluctantly agreed, hasn't he? He's off. He's going to get some help. Hopefully she can fix him. I'm feeling positive about that now, I've started to get to err on the side of hopeful. Finally we've turned a corner. I'll come back to, like I've been doing every week, about how his and Remi's story have started to meet and parallel. And now that Remi's turned a corner, I think Sonny will too.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think we have to hold out hope, probably more than him. So I think we have to hold out hope for him on his behalf, possibly, because I think he's still feeling a bit of trepidation. But I don't know, I kind of hope that he'll get some good news soon. He'll carry on with the rehab. I mean, I think the crucial bit is he felt his leg move after he got thrown out of his chair. You know what I mean? Like he did some movement. He wasn't just sat there like a sack of potatoes. He was actually having to try and do something. In my head, I'd be like, well, surely doing rehab, doing like, what do they call it? Like physiotherapy, where yes, he's not moving his legs himself, someone else is moving them for him, but that getting that movement back in your joints and it's got to be doing something. Surely it's got to be building your muscles, even at least, because you're just going to be sat in a chair. Muscles aren't getting used.
Snapping the synapses back, or
it's got to be something to it. So like actually,
you don't use it, you lose it. They say, don't they?
Exactly. I think it's got to trigger something in him eventually that just thinks, well, my leg moved when it got jolted, out of the chair. So maybe I need some physio to try and get some more feeling back or something. I don't think he's going to get anywhere by just sitting around.
No. Luckily, he's in the right frame of mind to acknowledge that, though, now. If you'd have told him that a month ago, he wouldn't have had it.
Yeah, true.
Because he was down on himself. It was,
Yeah, and now
I'm done for.
Now that Remi's, on the mend, I'm hoping, because obviously Remi pulled away from him, didn't he? Because he was like, "Oh, I can't be near him. I've got this tumour. He's got enough going on." They were trying not to burden each other with each other's problems without knowing what the other one was going through. So now that he's got his friend back and he's got his girlfriend, maybe with their support, he'll actually, think, I've got to get off my arse and do something now. Because Remi's pulled through. He's had a horrific, awake surgery. And all I've got to do is go to physio. You know what I mean? In comparison, it's not the same, is it? So
yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, give himself a right good talking to.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I think that could be resolved pretty soon. If I'm being honest.
I'm glad that you're optimistic. I'm going to follow your lead, and I'm going to knuckle down in the optimism camp with you.
Well done. Pull up a pew. Let's see if you're still in this optimism camp with my next line. Okay. And that's Rui's back.
Oh, for God's sake. Why? Ruined.
I haven't got a lot to say on this other than she's back. She's doing paperwork, and we had a little update about Cohen, and that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, she's been gone for months, and she's up to date on everything that's happened in the Bay, and all she wants to do is look at the surf club books, whatever.
Well,
hello, someone died. There was a train crash. Theo died.
Yeah,
you missed a lot, doll, and you just want to sit in salt with a drink. Come on.
Yeah, and she's chair of the club. The owner of the gym is on the run from the law.
Yeah,
like there's a lot going down here that really we could do with your reaction to, hun.
Yeah, she's very blasé, isn't she?
Yeah, she's just like, oh, Maz has been tweeting me the updates.
She's on the hashtag every night, 6:30. Oh, you never guess what? Oh God.
Oh God. So yeah, I thought that was a bit poor, really. What was the plan here? Why did that need to be sort of thrown in? It felt like she didn't really need to return this week, but let's see if she does anything.
And has she had any scenes with Mr. Stewart? Because I don't think she has she? Because he's gone to Marimbula. Like it's one man in, one man out.
It is. It's 1 in, 1 out. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
He's not come back with her, has he? She's come back on her own. It's a bit weird. This. A bit weird.
Yeah. It was 1 in, 1 out last time. I don't know if you noticed.
It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I don't understand what's going on here with all that. But I do understand that Alfie's back in the Bay next week. So,
okay. I didn't know that.
Somebody told me that online.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least he's not gone for as long as Rue went then.
Apparently with a storyline. So
what?
Can't wait for first look tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Yay! Mr. Stewart with a storyline. You've made my I was having a great week anyway, but you've made my day.
Well, let's see what it is first.
I don't care. I just want to see him. Yay! Maybe he kills Rue. Oh, that'd be great. I'd love that. I've been spoiled.
I think we'd have heard if that was happening.
I think I've been spoiled enough this year, so it's not happening. Never mind.
Another sinkhole.
Push it down. Push it down.
Lacey's day is up, isn't it? The system isn't right, she says. The law's out to get me. I mean, you killed a man. I know the circumstances are shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm stopping myself because I'm uncomfortable with what I'm saying here. Because at the end of the day, this was a girl who was being attacked, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to sort of trivialize that at all. That's not what I'm trying to say. But also, nobody has the right to kill either.
I don't think she meant to, though, did she? I don't think she.
No.
She didn't hit him thinking this'll kill him. She hit him thinking this'll get him off me.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And I get that completely. But also, there's something about that. Justice and her feeling like what is right. I don't know. Try and put yourself as bad people. He wasn't great, and I think I have some sympathy for his mental health situation, right? But not for his actions because they were abysmal,
Yes.
right? But there's just this element of, from a prosecution perspective, like, a man is dead.
Yeah.
He's got a family. We'd assume, loved ones, whatever. And also, like, she has gone through hell as well, and it's just all shit all around, and like, I can't really root for your freedom because there is still a dead man.
I mean, I think there almost needs to be like an inquest into his death, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe not a murder investigation, but maybe just some closure for the family to say, this is what happened, this is how he died, this is what happened in that room. Because I can't really defend his actions at all. I can't, because the last thing we saw him do, he climbed on top of her, he put his hand over her mouth. She was absolutely terrified. What's going to happen next. And she did the first thing that came to her mind to try and get him off her. And I think anybody would do the same thing in her shoes. And I don't think she realised that would be. She just wanted an excuse to get him off her so that she could probably leg it to the door and get out of there.
Yeah.
She didn't expect...
This was an accident, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And she was defending herself.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There was no intent there. I think the more this is unfolding, the more I think this needs to be explained a little bit.
Yeah.
I think last week I said to you, don't mind not seeing the court, but I think the more this is going on, I think we might need to have a little bit of that, because I think that will help us all agree on it. Do you know what I mean? And get our heads around it a bit.
I think the fact that they arrested her for murder was the wrong thing to do, because as the DPP guy said later on in the week, there's no evidence for that. There's no evidence, because for murder for that charge to stick, she would have had to have lured him there on purpose, with the intent of harming him.
Yeah.
And
they'd have to prove a plan, motive.
Yeah, exactly. The motive's there because he's been stalking her and she doesn't want him to do that anymore. And he's obviously tried to attack her in the room. So you can argue that there is a motive for him being dead, that she would benefit from that.
Yeah.
But she's not lured him there. She hasn't invited him in. She's told him to go away, and he's climbed on top of her and pinned her down essentially. So it's not murder. And if they charged her with like manslaughter, or I don't know what accidental death category it would come into, it would probably hold more of a case to take to court. But the fact that they've said murder, they can't make that stick.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. No, I completely agree. And I think just to quote Sarge, she's got to live with it forever. Like this, even though like a bad thing happened to her, what's happened as a result of her split reaction, she's got to live with, regardless of the circumstance. And that is enough of, you could argue that's enough of a sentence, right?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. She's going to be beating herself up forever for that.
What if I did this? What if I didn't do this? What if I didn't open the door? What if this? She's going to be going through all that, isn't she?
She is.
She doesn't deserve that. I completely agree.
And what if he didn't even turn up because he got an AVO against, himself?
Yeah.
It's on him. He shouldn't have been there. He should not have even tried to open that door or lure her out with some takeaway. So she can what if herself to death, but at the end of the day, he was there and he shouldn't have been.
Yeah. No, yeah. He created the scenario for it to happen, didn't he? Absolutely. His actions did that. I'm gutted really that we didn't explore a bit more of him getting a bit of help.
Yeah, it was a missed opportunity.
It could have humanized him a little bit, and it could have prevented this from happening. But then I guess this storyline wasn't about that. It was about the shock of this happening, and it's a soap. And sometimes, because a soap carries a lot of responsibility with it, but sometimes,
but this does
the
happen
shock
in real
factor
life.
is also part of plot. No, it does. It does.
And sometimes it ends the other way around. So the person like Holden who needed psychiatric help, I mean, the clue was when he said to Cash, my girlfriend. And that to me was an alarm, but Cash didn't see it, you know what I mean? But that happens in real life. They don't see the kind of obvious red flags of mental health. And sometimes these cases end the opposite way, where the person in Lacey's shoes is the one that dies.
Well, this is it. And you're right. And Sarge has a speech, doesn't he? When we were just talking about the DPP guy again, he does this big speech to him and threatens to quit. And he says time and time and time again, we tell these girls we're going to protect them, and we let these guys out, and they reoffend. And actually, there's two sides to that coin, because by letting him out, he died.
Yeah.
It let him out, and he then went for Lacey, and Lacey had to go through what she did, and also he died as a result. Whereas if they'd have if they had a better system and they prosecute properly, and and all the rest of it. So where do you stop with the blame game? Do you know what I mean? It could go to
Exactly.
So,
if they had nipped it in the bud earlier and got him mental health help, he could be in a psych unit getting that help right now, and not in a morgue. Yeah.
And then Lacey wouldn't have to be living with the fact that she did what she did. It's crazy, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, Abby's sort of taken a sort of a feminist approach, if you will. A sort of, we need social action on the back of this debate. On one hand, it's a little bit admirable that she wants to do that, but on the other hand, she doesn't really seem to have cleared it with Lacey being the subject of it. And there's a few sort of people saying to her, I don't think she wants this. She's talking about going to the press, isn't she? I don't think she wants this. I've been checked with her. This is a lot of attention. But at this point, she was still waiting for the DPP to decide if they were going to take her to court and pursue the charges, weren't she?
Yeah.
And there was worry about that jeopardising that, which becomes important later on. So the actual day she finds out that the charges might be dropped is the day that Abby decides to pick up the phone to a journal at the Rag, the old Coastal News, and they splash this salacious headline because it's got to sell papers, right? Which I thought was quite an insensitive headline. Did you read it?
Yes. I don't think they was very PC.
No, definitely not. The actual article, if we're to be believed, I didn't pause it and read it, I couldn't be bothered. But the actual article apparently wasn't too bad, but of course this is a newspaper, right? This is the press, and this is this tone on this show of the Coastal News and what it says and does, and don't trust it and all that stuff. Even though everyone reads it. So it doesn't go down very well. And actually, this is the next big thing about this case that's annoying, is that this then means that the DPP reverse their decision. And actually, this is going to go to court. They are going to pursue the charges. And it's like, whoa, hang on a minute. So it's okay if it's not a bad press story and it's not out there. I guess this is also highlighted, if we want to start peeling that onion, the sort of corruption there is in the police force and the justice system.
Yes. That's what they're scared of, isn't it? The article has highlighted in big letters, this is a sergeant's daughter, and that she's been let down by the law. But if you twist it on its head, it's a sergeant's daughter who's getting away with not going to court even though she killed somebody. So they're going to be like between a rock and a hard place, because at the end of the day, it's like there isn't enough to stick on a murder charge. And maybe that's Dave's doing. Maybe Dave realised that actually I'm going to arrest her for murder, I'm going to charge her for murder, but that's never going to stick because it's clearly a case of self-defense, and they haven't got.
We suspected he was thwarting it at the beginning, didn't we?
Yeah, because if he'd arrested her for something else, I don't know what, because I don't know what's the lesser charge that would fit, but for murder from the beginning, I was like, it's not murder. It's not even close to murder. Has he chosen that charge because it's so grey. It's not easy to prove that she intended to kill him. He's not supposed to be there. She didn't invite him. She didn't mean to kill him. It was an accident. He was attacking her. It's clearly self-defense. It's never going to be murder. Like, that's never going to happen. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was they couldn't just dismiss it because, or at least be seen to be dismissing it because it was the daughter of a sergeant. Regardless of the facts of the case, was there going to be public outrage if she gets away with it? You know what I mean? It's mad. I'm so cross with Abby, but also like you say, I can understand it because I can put myself in her shoes. And yes, if it was one of my friends, I'd be absolutely livid and everything else. But the fact that she had that conversation with Leah, she went to Leah and said, "I want to do this. Do you think you can help me, or do you think it's a good idea?" And Leah spelled it out. Leah's been around the block. She's had dealings with the Coastal News before, and it's backfired on her. She's been arrested for protesting. She knows some stuff. And she said to Abby, like, don't do it without Lacey approving it. And we need to shop around. I mean, to find the right journalist to talk to. She couldn't have spelled it out more clear. And then Abby just went with the first person that she got hold of and was like, meh, 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 meh. And I was like, oh God, like, I want to like you for your enthusiasm, but this is just horrendous. The way she's gone about it, not telling Lacey, doing it behind her back. And then just ringing the first journo that turns up. I was just like, oh God.
She's not going to change the world, is she, ringing the local rag? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Knowing as well the reputation precedes that paper.
But does she know that? I don't know whether she. Maybe Leah needed to spell it out. Like, don't go to the Coastal News.
She lives in the town, though. You've got to assume that these characters have conversations that we,
Abby comes across as so immature to me. I don't think she reads the newspaper.
No, you're right. Yeah, and she's of the generation that probably would never pick it up.
Yeah.
The newspaper, you're right.
It's what her granddad used to read. You know what I mean? On a Sunday, it's not. I don't think Abby would read a newspaper. Maybe I'm doing a bit of a disservice. I don't know.
Yeah, you're generalising, but yeah, you're right. It's going to cost her a relationship, innit?
Mm-hmm.
That's not looking good at all.
What a shame.
I don't understand his logic here.
No.
Because, I mean, someone on the Twitter was like, God, the way he even looks at her. He's not. He's just not. And I'm like, yeah, I can see it. There's we've said it from the beginning when they got together, haven't we? That we're just not feeling this. There's something off.
Yeah.
I think it was over before it began. But they just, very interesting tweet off somebody saying, do you know what? If you tuned in now, you would not know that they're paired.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. He wasn't comforting her. And yes, she's done something wrong. And yes, he told her not to. And yes, I told you so and blah, blah, blah. But if you are in love with someone, and so she was bawling her eyes out at Salt when David was in there. She was apologising. She was crying. She was like, I'm so sorry. And he just stood across the bar from her, just staring at her.
I think he's disgusting me. Because... I'm sorry, but if your partner's done something you warned them against, they did it anyway, it's on them.
Yeah.
But you know what? If they come back, they're upset, it's all blown up in the face, you're like, look, I don't think you should have done it like that, but I don't want to see you upset either, and you just comfort them and you be there for them because it's your partner.
Exactly.
This is just crazy. And I just think these two are done. I mean, you put them on Visa Watch, but I think these two are like well and truly. And this is going to be the catalyst, I think.
Yes. I can't say I'm sad, I'll be honest. I've been waiting for this. It's the way that it's happened is going to cause a ripple, though. That's the only thing I'm thinking, because they live together and he lives with Mac, essentially, who took him in as like the surrogate dean. But then she lives with Levi, and Levi is Abs's brother, surrogate father, you might say, because he kind of he's the older brother, but he's there feels like there's a maturity age gap between them. That's more of a, I don't know, father-daughter thing.
Yeah, you're probably right there. Yeah, he's definitely fathering her, isn't he? A lot of the time, guiding her.
So
saving her.
who gets to stay in the farmhouse and who gets booted out? Or do we live with the tension of a couple that have just broken up and they've got to share a bathroom and share a kitchen? Oh God, I just can't even imagine.
I'd hate to be Mac in that situation because Mac promised.
Yes.
Sorry, no. What's he called? Marley promised Dean that he would. Yeah.
But now she's got Levi. She doesn't really need Marley, does she? Now she's got a fella of her own looking after her. Well, after this week, I'm not sure, but anyway, we'll see. Another one that I'm not sure about now, but anyway,
everyone's on the rocks down. Yeah.
Something in the water this week, and it's Tane, unfortunately.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked Cash and Eden are on the rocks as well after what's gone on.
Well, yeah, they actually seem the most solid of all the couples, apart from Justin and Leah, who are finally back. And
he got her arrested. I know. From another state.
She took it really well.
I'd have been bloody bouncing off the walls if Chris did that.
She took it really
and I
well.
ended up, to be fair, her mouth got her there. She could have, me and you said, didn't we? She could have handled it differently. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Cash and Joe, they've gone up to WA, haven't they? She's refusing. She's like, no, I'm coming with you. Teamwork makes the dream work. I'm paraphrasing. And yeah, he's like, basically, the feds are all over this. You're going to get found. I'm the guy he should see first. I've got a chance of getting him back here. I don't even agree with that logic. No. You're cooked. He's cooked. Now Joe's cooked. Yeah. Half the Bay who know are cooked. Like, I'm like, you're taking the show down. I'm like, is the show finishing? Like, I'm like, did I miss the announcement because you're taking all the cast here?
Everyone's going to end up in that prison cell in YCPD. It's going to be full by the end of next week.
And then it's going to be like, prisoner cell block H 2.0 starts Monday.
Oh, God. I'm not going to lie, I would love it. The prison set and Home and Away is so good. That yard that they all sit outside. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
And Tex was there last time, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
In his green
He
outfit.
Was, yeah. In his shell suit.
His green prison outfit or whatever.
Yeah. Joe's taken no for an answer, isn't she? She's given it all up. She's going. Mac, you'll know, gave her the address, and she does. She does actually see Joe after she's given Joe all these details, because Joe does decide she's not going, doesn't she? Before she then decides to go again, and she comes walking to sort of Mac's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" She's like, "You were supposed to go and disappear. This is ridiculous." She's lost control right from the beginning, Mac, the second she opened her mouth. Joe ultimately does go with Cash. Off they go. They tell Eden, can't tell you where we're going, but Eden knows that he's going to find Tane. Very important to know, because while he's gone, when Sarge eventually realises he's missing a daughter, who aren't communicating. They all live in the same house. No one's communicating. We've not seen a Langham with another Langham for at least a month now.
I know.
They're all doing.
Considering one of them's going through like the worst thing ever.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been well written or plotted this at all.
They're only getting away with it because Sarge and Joe work shifts. So, reasonably, Sarge can be at work and Joe can be at work at any hour of the day.
Yeah.
But you'd be checking their bed and seeing if they slept in it. And, now Tane's not there. Joe isn't at Tane's house, staying the night with him. He's done a runner. Everyone knows he's done a runner. So Joe should be technically in her bed, and nobody's checking that she's even slept in it or anything.
No. And no, you're right. And even Lacey, like, I'm sorry, just because you're a Sarge doesn't mean you can't take leave when your daughter's just nearly been raped and then bludgeoned someone.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, I don't understand why he's not taking a few days to be with her. She's just been left in the house on her own.
I think he thinks that he's better off at work because then he can keep an eye on the case. For her.
Stupid.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
I don't.
This is why this backs up my argument that he's cold fucker.
I can't even argue. I agree with you, but I still find it hilarious.
You would think, with everything they've all been through, the three of them, and have been estranged, you think they'd be tight, wouldn't you?
Yes. I mean, to be honest, if I was Lacey and had been through everything that she's been through in the last 2 years, I think I'd probably be attached to Sarge. Because he's a cop, and I'm like, the only place I'm going to be safe is next to my dad, who's a sergeant. I think I'd be velcroing myself to his back and going to work with him. You know what I mean? I'm a wimp. I'm not as brave as Lacey. So yeah, don't know.
Yep, I agree. They should be way closer. They should be much more tight knit, and I don't understand this choice.
If we're talking about really what I would do, I would velcro myself to Cash. But there we go. One of the two.
Well, yeah. if you had to choose, yeah. Now, Sarge isn't the only one unhappy to learn of this plan. Levi is spitting fire, isn't he? He's finally got everything he wants. You know, a baby on the way with the woman he loves, and it turns out she's doing dodgy deals with the Riverboy brother, and she's behind this big, great escape. He is livid, and I do not blame him. I was Team Levi this week. Team Levi, I had my pom-poms out and everything. I thought, actually, that scene when, because this was the day of the 12-week scan, and this was the big moment. You know, they've made it to this big landmark, haven't they? But they couldn't make in previous pregnancies. This is a huge deal. She's there getting a scan on her own, and I'm thinking, part of me, we spoke about this, didn't we? You and I were like, part of me was like, I really don't want him to turn up. I wanted to suffer through this scan. And then the other part of me was, why should Levi miss out? You know?
Yes.
He does sort of arrive just in the nick, doesn't he? But then he sort of lets her off the hook because he's in a good mood about the baby scan. That's really annoying.
But she also manipulated him. Because they had that chat, you know, she said something like, we'll talk about this later, but let's concentrate on the scan for now. And he was like, yeah, whatever. And she was like, we'll talk later. And then later they were at home and had the opportunity to talk about the Tane thing. And she was like, oh, you're right, we need to concentrate on the baby now and like put everything else behind us. And I was like, no, you're trying to get yourself off the hook. No, like, flame her. She's been doing my head in. Oh, honestly, I've always been a fan of Mac. She gets a lot of stick online, I think. There's a lot, she's very Marmite. There's people that love her, and there's people that really can't stand her. And I've always liked her. But I'm struggling this week. If I'm honest. And the thing that I really enjoyed at the beginning of the week was when people started to find out that Tane had run. And to her face, they were telling her how stupid Tane must be.
I know.
And how he must have rocks in his head. And this is the stupidest thing he's ever done. And let's face it, he's not the smartest bloke on earth anyway. But they were basically saying to her face, you're stupid. Because it was her plan. It was her idea. He didn't come up with this on his own. He's not even that smart to come up with a stupid plan on his own. So they were telling her to her face, you are dumb. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I was like, yeah, I am so enjoying the fact that they're saying that to her face. Because she deserves to hear it. It's not just us saying it.
Yeah.
It felt good.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
The worst is, no, I completely concur. It was hilarious. Especially people like John going, well, what a stupid idea. But I tell you what's in the back of my mind that's niggling is that so many people are either complicit or aware of this plan that they're all she's going to get off scot-free.
Oh, I know.
There's going to be absolutely no recourse here because it's all there's too many people involved. There'd be nobody on the show if they all got in trouble.
But why was she so quick to tell Joe where he was?
Yeah, she it was when she said she loved him and
I know, but who
which
cares?
none of us are buying.
Who
I know,
cares?
none of us are buying. I'm sorry, they're still trying to sell this sort of star-crossed lovers thing, and it's just not happening. It's not.
If Tane had said to Mac, I love Joe, but I've got to go. You know what I mean? I haven't told her that I love her, so she can get on with the rest of her life. So she doesn't know that I love her, blah blah blah. But I've got to walk out. If that had happened, then maybe. But we didn't even know, like, for me, I didn't feel like Tane even gave a rat's ass about Joe until he got bored after day 3 of sitting in a shed and was like, oh, do you know what? I'd make being in a shed better if I had some girl here to keep me entertained.
Yeah, because Brax is making me shovel shit.
It's true. It's true.
Mm.
I'm fuming at Mac. I'm just like, she was walking around the bay like she was hard as nails, you know, like, oh yeah, I made a man disappear, I've got connections, blah, 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 blah. And then the minute Joe's like, oh, but I love him, she's like, oh yeah, he's an ex-mouth, go and see him.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. I'm sorry.
And I tell you, her and Cash get there, they get to WA, and I tell you what, talk about skill set. Because they were bob on the location, weren't they?
How big is this place? I mean, I watched this documentary this week with Bill Bailey, and it looked quite big.
It's massive.
Vast.
So we're on the flight 6 hours and still in Australia.
I was like, oh look, we're over Perth, and then 6 hours later, we're not even in Sydney yet. Bloody heck. Honestly.
So the fact that they landed and then wound up right in the town where Ricky's doing a grocery shopping or whatever. I
know.
Tell you, that Cash, he's not only looks, his brains as well. He knows exactly what he's doing, doesn't he?
He reminded me of the cop from Terminator. Was it Terminator 2? Can't remember. One way it goes, have you seen this boy? And he's like touting this photograph around town and walking like a robot cop. Oh, it's just like, he's the robot cop from Terminator 2. This is hilarious.
Well, when Ricky gets back and describes him to Tane, I thought she did quite a good job, actually.
What was it? Stick up his bum and a sleeve of tattoos?
Yeah, and I thought, yeah, that's Cash.
He was like, Tani immediately went, oh, Cash. I was almost offended. I was like, how rude. That could have been anybody.
Who else, Dal?
It could have been anybody. How rude. I love the stick up his ass. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, Brax is no better at checking his voicemails. Unbeknownst to him, this is all going on. When he gets home from his travels, he's been followed, don't even notice, been followed by Cash. Because Cash, again, as luck would have it, may Jesus shine down on me. He was at the very beach that Brax was getting changed, and he saw the tats, and that's no coincidence, is it? All these miles away from Mangrove River, there's a blood and sand tat, and he already knows about Dean and Mac, and so he knows this is his guy. It is low-key funny that he's clueless who it is.
It's very funny. And also, I think that's the first time ever that I've been cross at Brax for taking his t-shirt off. Because I was like, you're flaming galah. Keep your tats to yourself.
Get in your car and put it on. You wouldn't have seen it.
Just to keep your t-shirt on. Nobody needs to see your Riverboy connection, you know? You're meant to be on the run at the end of the day. You're not being very smart yourself.
I've said it once. I've said it thrice. There's no way he's lived like this for 10 years.
Obviously, there's no decent cops in Exmouth, or wherever he's meant to be.
Well, it's out of jurisdiction, Dal.
Yeah, true.
Out of jurisdiction.
True.
And of course, there's panic back at the ranch because the Cash is in town. When Brax gets back, he's like, nah, yeah, you're out of here.
That was good. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I did that just for you. And just as they're about to, they're driving down the dirt road. We've seen a million times from the drone shot, and Cash sort of ambushes them, doesn't he? Blocks the road, gets out. Tani gets out, and he just smacks him one, and it was moment of the week.
Yes. moment of the
it's
week.
about time someone smacked Tani.
Oh, I felt that as well. I was like, yes, go on, lads, go on. There were 2 cheers coming from the living room that night. Yes. 2 of us were cheering that. Yes.
Now, they have an argument, they talk it out, don't they? And then they all end up back at Brax's. Ricky's going spare at this point. Her perfect life is slipping through her fingers at this point. And yeah, it is quite funny. Tani lets slip Brax's name, which then has a really Cash's face, like he realizes who he's talking to, because there is some funny things about like, who are you? And you're like, it's only the OG, mate. Your character wouldn't even exist without guys like this on the show.
Exactly.
And yeah, so there's a period of sort of franticness. They're trying to get Tani to come home. Jo is declaring her undying love, for him. And I'm not being funny, but I've had stronger feelings for a piece of cheesecake.
Honestly, I've had better love decorations from the postman. Seriously. And from Gary the Builder from 2 Doors Down. I told you about him the other day. Yeah.
Well, you're the right complexion for him, at least.
He's awful. He's a terrible man. Anyway, yeah, moving on.
He did the modern day wolf whistle to you.
He did. It was horrendous. I actually walked backwards up the drive to escape. It was awful. But anyway, yeah. Anyway,
I did tell you not to wear your chaps. Your assless chaps.
I only went round to get a parcel. I'd seriously regret it. Yeah, my assless chaps have been retired now. You'll be pleased to know.
Did say don't wear those to go and get that parcel. So
I know. I should have listened. Oh,
I know.
Oh, that image is horrendous. I'm really sorry.
Back to WA. Yeah, so eventually Tani realizes he's got to go back. So he's going back to the bay already. And
how many days was he there? How many days did he actually manage on the?
It's about 4, weren't it?
Yeah. He heard the word. He heard the word castration, and I think he decided that day that he'd rather go home.
And I do not blame him.
My ears went, huh? Really? It went from cattle chat to castration chat very quickly.
Yeah. Your ears went, and my balls went,
I was like, I can't believe I've heard that word on Home and Away.
I know, it's been a week, hasn't it? It's been a week.
You're on castration duty, mate. Smoko's over.
Was that the day? Because there was about 2 days we had to say we were over 16. I don't know if you noticed.
Yes, but there was nothing. It was a punch. That was all that happened on the over 16 day. Yeah.
Oh, that was a different day to castration chat.
It might have been the same day. I can't remember, but yeah.
Got it all in the one ep, you see. All the adult material.
I'm shook. Colleen, can you imagine? Anyway.
So back to the bay. Off he takes them. Before he goes, Brack says, "Look, mate, you're pretty sorted. I've known you for 2 minutes. I'm going to trust you. After 10 years on the road, I'm going to trust a policeman." Right?
But it's Cash. You can believe this, right?
Well, as Cash says, he's probably got no job when he gets back.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he thinks he can look up these charges for him. I mean, he's only just got access to the database back. I was thinking if you'd have asked him a week ago, no chance he had no password.
Locked out. Oh dear.
I was like, I know he's been allowed to look up his dogs.
Exactly. Only check the bloody animal registrations and shelters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on IT lockdown, Dal. Like, but we'll see what he can find when he gets back.
He can ask the Coastal News, can't he? Yeah.
A good way to explain to a newer audience as well why Brax is on the run, I thought. Because I thought, if you weren't watching back then and you're watching now and you sort of know the legend, but you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
I thought it was quite a good way of sort of Brax explaining what through this conversation with Tane as well, because he opens up to Tane, doesn't he, over these scenes about why he's ended up where he is. Really good ways of explaining that he's on escaping prison, isn't he? Charges.
Yeah, because he escaped prison before the real murderer. Was it Kyle, the real murderer? I think it was. I think it was Kyle that killed the guy. But anyway, the real murderer confessed, but by that point he'd already committed a crime. He was already on the run. It was,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how long does that kind of charge stick? Like some things, they get wiped after a certain amount of years, don't they? Like, I don't know, not murder, because that never gets off the table, but like if you've committed a crime, sometimes it's been 10 years since it happened, and then it's just like, yeah, we can't prosecute that now, it's too old or whatever.
Yeah, maybe it'll be one of those situations.
Yeah.
But Cash has agreed to find out for him and let him know. So we'll see what comes of that. This does get Brax talking to Ricky, doesn't it? Those gorgeous scenes on the beach that were aching to the back. They were very nostalgic. It was a beautiful white beach, but it was very Brax and Ricky on the beach, wasn't it?
But did you notice, in the opening credits now, that since they've changed and we've got the new opening credits, there is a shot, and it took me ages to see it because it's from behind, and it's Brax and Ricky sitting on that beach. And at first, it looks like Palm Beach because it's very similar. But then when we saw it this week, they're wearing the same clothes. It's the same shot from behind. It's definitely that beach in Exmouth that they.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So all these people getting very excited that will just be taken out at some point.
If I don't know whether you've seen, but on the social media account on the Home and Away UK Twitter, they posted something today that suggests that this was not the end of Brax.
Yeah, they've posted a trailer.
I won't say any more for people that don't want to know, but this is not the last. Friday's episode is not the last time we're going to see him in this storyline.
Yeah, there's a trailer out.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a trailer out.
There we go then.
He's coming to the bay.
No, I wasn't going to say it, but you've said it now.
Maybe, whatever. But maybe that suggests Cash doesn't get in touch. Maybe Cash is out of the database.
I think it suggests that Cash does get in touch and texts him and says, your charges are dropped, you can do what you like, you can come back if you want.
But maybe, but then
that's what he's asked him. He's asked him, I escaped prison 10 years ago. I need to know if those charges still stand. Like, can I rock up in Mangrove River or in Summer Bay and be safe, or will I get immediately arrested because I've still got this warrant out for me for, prison break? That's what he was asking. And if he is going to end up in the bay, I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, I'm assuming that Cash has looked him up, said, no, the charges have been dropped. You're a free man. You don't have to go on the run. You don't have to hide anymore. There's no warrants out for your arrest. Do what you like. And he's gone, excellent, I'll come back and have a look round Palm Beach. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the bit that feels a stretch, because imagine finding out that you've been off these charges for 6 years and been sat there.
Yeah, well,
looking over your shoulder.
Maybe if Brax had got a good lawyer, they might have told him that by now.
Well, this is his own fault, isn't he? He's another one who's a bit stupid. Really.
He's not the brightest bulb, bless him. No.
So we'll see. It could go either way. We don't know, do we? Maybe we'll have a clue in first look tomorrow.
Yes.
About whether we get which way it falls. We'll see. But when we get back to the bay, weirdly, then Cash has to leave Tane and Joe to have 2-hour afternoon delight. Goodbye delight. That was weird. That was really weird. Awkward. And knowing what we know with his history.
It was weird. He was like,
I thought,
we've got to go to the police station now. Why didn't you just go there in the first place? Why did you have to have a drop off? Why did you have to take him back to his house? This made no sense. Just take him straight to the police station. If anybody had seen him, it would have been even worse for Cash at this point. Imagine if John had seen this. Imagine if John was curtain twitching when this all went down.
I know. And then 2 hours.
Yeah.
To basically get your end away.
Yeah. And everybody knew that that's what was happening. He was like, I need to say goodbye to Joe. And he was like, yeah.
I'm writing into Channel 7. If she ends up the duff...
Oh, God, no.
We're getting trolled at this stage. And I'm going to have to write a sternly worded email.
Every time he faces prison, he gets a woman up the duff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Maybe it does something to the little swimmers.
Ew. Well, maybe Max should have done Tane and not done IVF. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All those dollars down the drain with IVF.
Levi's just not going inside enough. I mean, prison.
Oh God. Yeah.
This love story is. I'm sorry, I'm just not buying.
Is it a love story? Are we calling it that? Ooh.
They are on the show.
I believe that Joe believes that she loves him because she's such a wet blanket. I think she does. Oh God, yeah, she's stupid enough to fall for that guy. But I don't believe that Tane loves her. I believe that Tane got bored in Exmouth and went, "Oh, do you know what would be really nice? Having a bit of rumpy pumpy." I don't think it's love from his side. We've seen him in love, and this is not it, doll.
No, not feeling it.
No.
Not feeling it. What did you think of Sarge's reaction when he walks into YCPD? Because I don't think I can recount it.
It was just hilarious because, bless him, he'd had that shocking scene beforehand because the DPP had been there all day interviewing Lacey. Sarge had done his little speech about how, women aren't taken seriously and we let them down and blah, blah, blah. And I was actually like, woo, go Sarge through the whole thing. At this point, it's looking very much like, because the DPP guy is just like, stop taking it so personally. And it's like, well, it's hard not to, actually. Like, she's my daughter. Like, we let her down. There was an AVO. Even my own daughter got let down. I can't take it not personally. So when he got the shock that, Lacey's case has been dropped and she's okay to go about her life and what have you, I think he was genuinely a bit shocked by that anyway. But then 2 minutes later, Newman walks in with Tane in tow. I'm here to hand myself in. He looked like he'd absolutely crapped his pants, did Sarge?
Yeah, Australia's most wanted. On the other side of the counter.
And then he's like, you in there, interview. You in there, chat with me.
My office, Newman.
Newman.
Like, oh,
Mr. Parata. Mr. Parata's waiting for his lawyer, and you are not as lucky as that, Newman, in my office.
Well, I hope they don't send that same bimbo lawyer that dropped him last week.
I don't think she's coming back, doll. She's washed her hands of Tane, I think.
She's like, guilty, lock him up.
I told him to plead guilty, and he went on the run, and now he's handed himself in. What the hell? Yeah.
Legal Aid probably would send her again, just for
They
shits
probably
and
would,
giggles.
but I think I'd be ignoring the call, wouldn't you, if I was there? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
So we roll into next week, and is Cash going to keep his job? Tane's clearly going to be held in remand. Is Joe going to survive? What's Dad going to say to it if he ever actually goes home and sees his kids? The drama will roll on with this, I am sure, into next week. And then if Dow Braxton turns up as well, that will add fuel to it all, won't it?
Oh God, I can't. I'm beside myself. I've been beside myself and swooning all over the living room this week. I had to rewatch Thursdays and Fridays episode because the first time I watched it, I swear there was no dialogue in the scenes between Cash and Brax. I was like, what happened there? They just looked at each other for 3 minutes. I didn't even hear any words.
This is funny, because you were dreading this.
I was, but then I was dreading it because I was like, oh, it's all Tane, it's all going to be, and then the pictures we saw of Brax in the cowboy hat, I was like, what is this? Like some kind of rodeo? What's going on? It all looks a bit cheesy, but it's not turned out, thank God, it's not turned out the way that I was expecting it to. And to have Cash and Brax have a little walk and talk, OMG. I'm here for this.
Yeah, we could have done without the country music, background music, but
That's true.
I do agree.
Yes.
I do agree.
Yeah. Not hated it, though.
No, it's turned out better than I thought it was going to be as well.
Same.
As someone who was pretty fed up of the accidents towards the end, it's not turned out too bad.
Right, Si, it's time for your say on the bay. I can hear you laughing already.
Sorry, yeah.
Your say on the bay?
My say on the bay.
Thank you. I can't carry on until you've said that. Yes, sort of. We're gonna read some other people's say on the bay, and then we're gonna react to their comments. So I do want to hear what you think, but we are gonna hear what other people think first. So this is the part of the podcast, if you guys don't know, where we want to hear from you. You've just heard probably an hour and a bit of us ranting on about this week's shenanigans in the bay, but we want to hear what you think as well. You guys out there that listen to the podcast and watch the show, what do you think? Some of you may remember that we've got a form. So if you go to coastalnewspod.com, which is our website, there's a section there called Your Say on the Bay, and there's a form there that you can fill out. You can put your name and you can type all your thoughts about what you think is happening on the show, good or bad. Anything you want to share with us, anything we might have missed, or anything that you want to agree or disagree on, we want to hear from you. So just do that, really, and then we might read your comment out next week in this section of Your Say on the Bay. But before I do that, because we have got a few people that have got in contact this week, just a quick reminder that we are on social medias. We are Coastal News Podcast. Our handle is at Coastal News Pod on many of the platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, etc. We also tweet along live, so we watch the show at 6:30 till 7 p.m. Monday to Friday on 5-Star or the Channel 5 app. And we talk to people on X or Twitter using the Home and Away UK hashtag while we're watching the show. So we're airing our thoughts live as we're watching it, and lots of other people get involved in that discussion as well. So if you wanted to have a chat with us between 6:30 and 7 when you're watching the show, if you want to air some opinions, or if you want to talk to people that are watching the show at the same time, we're on there. But if not, use the coastalnewspod.com form and let us know what you think. Easy as that. Make it sound easy, don't I?
Easy squeezy. Yeah.
It must be relatively easy because we've had a lot of forms this week.
I told you, people are getting involved.
We've had 5. I think this might be a record-breaking week.
The PB.
It might be. We've had 5 people contact us on the form this week, which is lovely. So we will have to rattle on and get on with these because we have got a lot to talk about. I think
that's an instruction for me. Let me pick my drink back up.
I'm sorry, it is, because we've got about, I reckon, about 2 A4 pages worth of comments here to rattle through. So
bloody hell.
Take a sip. Are you ready?
Front and back.
Front and back.
People of a certain age. Just dated ourselves.
You rambled on for 18 pages. Front and back.
I'm already straying the conversation. You've just told me off.
I'm sorry.
Told me to be quick.
It's not you. We're both on the spectrum, Dal. You know, we can't handle it. We just like to chat, which is why we've got a podcast.
Yeah.
We can't shut us up, so there we go. Right, let's crack on with... Do you remember Liam that contacted us recently? So Liam was going through like a homeless...
Saved from the brink.
Yeah, he was going through a homeless existential crisis. We had to talk him off the ledge. He was like, I'm so close to switching the TV off and never watching this again. Like, help me.
Yeah.
And we did spend an episode of Your Say on the Bay trying to convince Liam to hang on there. And, you know, maybe the tide will turn, some storylines will come along and he might enjoy... Yeah, exactly, pun intended. So Liam has been in touch. It sounds like Liam's still watching the show, so that's good. Maybe we did have some kind of impact on Liam's opinion of staying around. So Liam says, hi, Si and Sophie. Brief thoughts on the opening titles. Now this is the hot topic.
Yes, the revamp.
Yeah, the hot topic of the town at the moment. So he says, I think the reason you didn't spot Brax and Ricky in them is that for reasons unclear, they're pictured sitting with their backs to the camera. Yeah, I did spot them on the 4th or 5th time of watching them. And we talked about this on the podcast earlier. We think this is the shots that were played out on screen this week in Exmouth, where they're on the beach and they're sitting having that conversation on Friday's episode, I think, where they're talking about maybe we can go back. You know, do you think of a better life? Could we go back to the Bay? You know, Brax has got all this weight on his mind, doesn't he? So I think we have seen them.
Yeah.
He says, I wonder if producers finally got my 2012 memo about wanting to see the back of Brax and took it literally. Oh, I don't know about that. Don't know about that, but maybe it was a metaphorical, let's see the back of them. I don't know. Despite this baffling creative choice, I'm definitely on board with the new theme, which packs more of an emotional punch than either the previous opening number, which was like the soundtrack to a 90s fitness video, or the dreary fishing ballad closing, which Hurrah has finally crooned its last. Yeah, so he wasn't a fan of the old.
Now, people have been talking about this theme tune change. Not a lot of it has been positive that I've seen. So it's nice to hear, because I don't mind it. I think it's the first time I heard it was a bit jarring, but it's really grown on me. I quite like it.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Like, it's somewhere in the middle. Like, it's not the worst one we've ever had, and it's not the best one we've ever had either.
What's the worst one we've ever had off the top of your head?
The funky one. What was it called? You know, the really funky jazzy one that wasn't used for very long. Oh, I can't remember it.
Where the vocals were together forever. That one.
I think so. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember it being, there was a backlash, and I remember it being not.
Yeah, and
not
it got redone. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, together forever.
I think that was the worst one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Yeah, it was not for me. This one I'm not hating, but I don't think it's the best one ever either. The updated character shots are also better than the last lot, which had everyone and his dog power walking down the beach like they were late for one of Tane's boot camps. He says, nothing against a vigorous stroll. I enjoy a walk and talk as much as the next man. But the title should be more about soaking up the atmosphere with these. And these ones fit the bill. Yes. I don't know. I don't hate the new shots of people, but I do find them very filtered. Like, they look really... Everybody looks really, really bright.
Pale, yeah. No, they do. It is very sort of glossy.
Yeah.
I do agree that it feels warmer. Like everyone's actually happy and like smiling, and it feels like a nice warm way into the show. I do like them. I agree. Yeah. I do miss Sonny bumping into a tree, though.
I know, that was your favourite one. We might get that back if Sonny recovers and he's able to walk again in the future.
Well, he's walking around on these new ones.
Oh, is
he? Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I don't know if that's a spoiler.
Okay.
But
I thought he was sitting down laughing.
He's on yeah, he is there, but he's also walking with Dana.
Oh, there we go then. So he is walking around. Oh, maybe bring back the tree and then we'll all be happy. Maybe. There we go. I don't know. They just seem a little bit too filtered for me. You know when someone uses like 3 filters on their Instagram and you're like, you can barely see you. Like, your skin is so glowing, you don't even look real anymore. And I feel like these opening credits are so glossy. And then when you see the real character, and I know even on the show they're glossy anyway, but it's still nowhere near as glossy as the titles. Like, Leah looks like a ghost, like, on the titles, because she's so glossy.
Yeah,
it's weird,
and it's tied in with this slight slow-mo.
Yeah,
that's going on with it.
It almost looks like heaven. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like they've all died and gone to heaven.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's that sort of effect, isn't it?
They should all be wearing white.
I tell you, I love it. And do you know what?
They should.
If they were wearing white and all with angel wings, I think I'd love it. And I agree. It feels warm. There's doves flying. There's waves crashing. It really sets the scene. I think it. I like it.
I don't hate it. I feel like it's not the show that I watch. Like,
yeah.
The colours are just a little bit weird for me, but there we go. It's only a very minor complaint. And then to end Liam's comment, he says, I agree, they peaked with the fish credits. Now, I think I mentioned the fish credits last week, didn't I?
Yeah.
And yeah, they were my favourite. I'm not going to lie. I did really like the fish.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt so groundbreaking at the time, which is hilarious because when you watch it now, you're like, "Oh, this doesn't look this is aged," you know. But at the time, it was like, "Wow, look at the technology."
Yeah,
we've got fish and everything.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one. I love the fish, but definitely of its time. Anyway, thank you, Liam, and I'm glad to have your comment and see you still engaging with the show. That's brilliant. Keep going, and let us know what you're enjoying and everything else. Yeah. Emma's next, another regular. Hi, Emma. How are you? Hope you're good. Emma says, let's hope Leah doesn't listen to the podcast.
Oh, God.
Discussing the return characters, because I'm sure Leah would love to visit Greece and see VJ. I mean, she threatened us with visiting Greece and seeing VJ recently. She was about to dump Justin on his arse and
there was a taxi outside and everything.
There was. She was on her way to the airport, but then she decided to change her mind. So, yeah, I think she was. I don't think it take much to tempt Leah to go off to Greece and see VJ, but obviously she's sticking around at the moment to keep in touch. Keep in touch with her her husband, who's still alive, by the way. A year later, or whatever it is. Although that would be more hilarious if her divorced husband, Zach, came back claiming their divorce papers were filed wrongly and now Leah is a bigamist.
Oh, Emma, I love your imagination.
Do you know what? I wouldn't hate that as well.
No, same.
It would be quite funny because then it would also explain why Justin is still alive because he's not really married.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like the curse.
That's how he's avoided the curse. Yeah.
The Black Widow curse hasn't got him because the marriage is not legal. That would be interesting. Emma, your imagination is brilliant. We love this.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. On a side note, do you think Cash passed his curse onto Tane because everything he does goes wrong eventually? That's a good question, Emma. I don't know. Cash doesn't seem to be that cursed at the moment, but then he has done some stuff this week that it's not a curse; it's his own doing, isn't it? Going to WA and taking Joe and pissing off Sarge, and I wouldn't say that was a curse. I'd say that was his own.
I'd say the same about Tane without going off on a rant. Like Tane is where he is, not because of any curse that's been passed, because he has made himself there. Quite frankly.
I'd agree, but I wasn't sure if I was being biased because this fella's doing my head in. So I'm glad that you. I'm glad
I'll say it.
You say it, yeah, okay, and I'll go with that. Yeah, but one to think about, definitely. Thanks, Emma. Appreciate your input as always. Keep it coming. Now we've got Sam, another regular. Gosh, all these people are coming out the woodwork this week. Maybe you've all really enjoyed these episodes this week and everyone's felt compelled to talk to us.
I think this is it. Like I say, the engagement is just at the minute.
It's mad. Love it. Love hearing from you guys. Sam says, Uru, guys. And we'll remember this because we'll circle back to Uru in a minute on the next comment, but remember that. Put a pin in it for now.
All right.
Sam says, compliment incoming, loved your Braxton Hicks crossover pod with Pop Goes the Tam Tam.
Yay!
I love that because it's like Braxton Hicks is like a pregnancy thing, isn't it? And then Brax's family are Hicks.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
Yeah. Very good. Very clever.
Very good.
Well done.
Love that.
Another 10 out of 10.
We love a pun on the pod.
Yes.
But Sam says he doesn't remember the Braxtons because they are new characters to him. So he wasn't watching the Braxtons first time around. Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously Sam's enjoyed the crossover pod because we went, if you haven't listened to this, guys, last weekend we did a crossover with Pop Goes the Tam Tam podcast. We talked about the Brax return. We talked about the Braxtons, who they are, how Brax has got into this cattle chat situation that he's in, you know, and just give a little bit of a backstory. And then obviously we talked about current Brax and what we think of that sort of storyline as well. So hopefully, Sam, you managed to understand or get up to date
some of it
with what's going on with his back history. I don't think it's that difficult. I don't think it's that complicated.
It's not, really. But there is some good stuff gone down. And if you ever have chance, go back and watch some key episodes, because there's some classic home moments, really.
Yeah.
In there.
Yes. And I will say, and this is controversial, but he is genuinely one of my favourite characters from Home and Away. You know what I mean?
You know, I think for many people he is the show, actually. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Like,
think I'll go that far, but I do think he's one of my.
you look on Facebook; those mums love him.
We know why, but he's a great character, and he's got layers. You know, he's an onion, as we
Yeah.
talked about last week. He's
Yeah.
not just a one-dimensional character. He's almost as ingrained on people's skin as his own tattoos are on the show.
You're right. You're right. I
Yeah.
think he's synonymous with the show now as well, and it's very interesting because, like, I don't think these days soap characters on across the genre are made that manage to reach that level. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, that sort of era of creating iconic characters is sort of over.
Yes.
From scratch. So he's sort of one of the last ones, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's interesting. I'm interested to see what Sam's got to say, looking at this with new
Mm.
eyes, really, because we're all coming at it from all our knowledge and prejudgments.
Yes.
I wonder what it'd be like looking at this fresh and sort of trying to piece together what the significance is.
Yeah, I mean, Sam doesn't go too much into the detail of like the Brax storyline itself, but he does say it's a nice way to showcase WA to the rest of the world. It's never really shown in films and TV shows set in Australia, so it's like a new territory that we're kind of discovering on screen. And I think I'd agree with that because, like I said to you earlier in the podcast, I didn't really know much about that side of Australia, like Western Australia. I wasn't really that excited about visiting Perth because it's just not one of those places where, you know, when you see a bucket list travel countries or cities or whatever, and you see Sydney and you see Melbourne and you see like Coral Reef and all, and you don't, I don't really see Perth on there. It's never, Western Australia's never really hit my radar, and I think it's because all the Aussie drama that I watch is filmed on the other side.
Yeah, where the most population is, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so to actually see it, on Home and Away this week, and then also accidentally catch it on that Bill Bailey documentary I watched, I'm now like, I'd like to visit there. It looks really cool. Like, I'm genuinely excited. So yeah, it's nice. I think it has worked. Whatever the the incentive to film there was, I think it's worked. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
And I guess when imagine if you're watching it in Australia and you are in WA, it must be really nice to see your local areas being, it's like we said, it's miles away from where the show's actually filmed normally.
Well, yeah, look, it's like us flying to like the east coast of the US, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You know, like even though it's the same country, people probably there'd be people in Australia who this could be advertised to as well.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah. You don't have to go abroad. It's all here in the same country that you live in. And actually it's, you know what, some of the flights across there are as long as going, abroad. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
From us, anyway, not from Australia. Australia's miles away from everywhere, but we're quite lucky that we're quite near places, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, not too much about the actual drama, but obviously Sam's impressed by the scenery so far, as am I.
Sam shared shared some images in our DMs on Instagram of because he's been to Perth, and he said he was quite excited when he saw the bridge and everything that they met on, and
that's cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, that's
scenery.
Good to know. Yeah, so he's seen it with his own eyes, but it's nice to see it on the show as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Michael's going, I've sat on that bench.
Honestly, some of my friends are really annoyed with me because every time I'm like, when there was a film recently, I can't remember what it was, I was watching it and all the Sydney Opera House in the background. I was like, I've been there, I've had drinks there, I've had a wee there.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Pipe down. Yeah. I did get told off. Anyway, Sam says Sonny and Dana smooching. I think they could possibly move in with John. This was an interesting sentence. It went from smooching to moving in with John. That's a buzzkill, isn't it? That's like a...
It would, but John's got that sexy matte black wet room incoming.
I hope it's got accessible handles.
We've turned this wet room into something else here, haven't we?
A gymnasium, yes. A gymnasium for the disabled. Yeah.
Well
Anyway.
saved.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is a question mark over where everyone lives at the moment because we've not seen the apartment, have we, since Bree left, I'd say.
Well, yeah, and obviously he's had to move in with Eden and Remi because where does he live? He's moved in with Eden, hasn't he? Because he can't go up the steps.
He can't get up to because Dana's apartment is above the diner, so we assume there are steps up there. We've not actually had a scene in there, I don't think, since Bree left and she was packing her suitcase.
No,
I don't think we've been back there since.
Yeah,
so we know there's 2 bedrooms free because when everyone was living there, we had Bree and Theo and Dana and Sonny. There's 3 bedrooms in that apartment. And right now, there's only Dana apparently kicking around. We think maybe Harper lives there because she moved out of the motel, but we don't know where she lives now. Not been answered. But then can Sonny feasibly, if he is out of rehab and living back in the Bay, and now he's back with Dana, can he move in with Dana, or would they need to find somewhere that's a bit more accessible for him? I don't know.
Well, he's definitely not going to be able to get up to that apartment in his wheelchair, is he? Because the steps are on the pier.
Exactly.
If you remember.
Yeah.
So the living situation's going to need to be addressed, isn't it? Unless he comes back from Dr. Swan running a marathon, like I say.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
She's good at what she does.
She says she's the best, and I believe her. Yeah, I think that was one of my scenes in the week, minus Brax and Cash, was when Dr. Swan met JP, and he was like, I hear you're really good, and she was like, I'm the best. I am the best in the world. I love her. I love how confident she is. She's a queen. Absolute queen. Here's your crown. Yeah. You dropped it. There we go. So I don't know about that, but maybe they could move in with John. Not sure. Sam also says, I'm so pleased that everyone isn't being shy about how stupid Tane is for running in front of Mac. I said the same thing, didn't I?
You did.
Yes.
You were wetting your sides, I believe.
Crying laughing at this. Thank you for telling her to her face that she's stupid. And Sam says, my missus only watches the show casually, but she noticed that Marley fancies Lacey. She glanced at the screen and commented, he fancies her.
There we go. Heard it here first from Sam's missus.
Someone who doesn't watch the show has noticed that he fancies Lacey.
That's how blatant it is.
That is how blatant it is. That's interesting, isn't it? It's not just us going, what's happening here? That is interesting. Yeah.
And as a non-viewer, you'd be forgiven for thinking he's a free agent and could be interested in her because you wouldn't know he's with Abby, like I said earlier.
Yeah, fascinating. Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. Thanks, Sam. You've given us some validation.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it, but yeah.
No, it's validated what we're thinking, though, isn't it? It's made us feel we're not the only crazy ones looking really closely at this. It's actually really bloody obvious. Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for getting in touch with us, Sam, as always.
Thank you.
And then next we've got David from Australia. We need to say David from Australia because we talk about Mr. David.
There's a lot of Davids. Yeah.
We talk about Mr. David. And Mr. David is of Twitter fame. But David from Australia, different person.
Oh God, it's not Sarge, is it?
It's not Sarge. No, I can confirm that this is a different David.
How do you know?
Because he's funny and much more personable, charismatic. Yeah, definitely than old Sarge is on screen.
Reading between the lines, it's not Sarge.
I'm trying to be nice, but yeah, this David has got a bit more of a personality. Let's put it that way. And I will show you his personality right now because he's made me laugh again. He's very funny. David from Australia says, David from Australia here again. I'm sure Sai is saying hooroo right now. Go on. Say Uru,
Uru.
David. Uru, David. And he says, that's actually my first port of call. When did the in-joke of saying hooroo as a greeting between you actually start? Because it means goodbye.
Bye. Yeah.
We know this. We know it means goodbye, but I don't know why we say it all the time. I think it's just funny, isn't it?
It was at least 200 episodes back, David. Yeah.
We just find it funny.
loads of these things stick, and because I hope it's not offensive.
We hope it's not offensive. Uru is not something that British people say. If I said that to anybody I know that doesn't watch Home and Away, they'd look at me like I'd grown 3 heads. They wouldn't have a clue. And you and I find it funny because it was the catchphrase of Colleen, who was a much loved character that we talk about between ourselves off the pod, don't we? Quite a lot. Uru, only me.
Oh yeah, that was it. Not you who.
But I think she kind of mixed it up towards the end, didn't she?
Yeah.
She'd go you who only me, but I'm sure she said like towards the end like Uru only me as well.
Yeah, and I mean, you and I sign off from all our phone calls with Uru.
We do.
And I think at some point I probably mistakenly did it, and then it stuck.
Yes. I think
something.
I think it happened one day, and we just kept it in the show.
Yeah, and now it's a bit of a funny thing to do. So every time we go to another person on yours, say I say Uru. We're aware it's like ta-ra.
We know it doesn't mean, but in our kind of day to day, it doesn't mean anything at all. You know.
Our Australianisms are all to pot. We just splurt them at each other. Yeah.
It's very much an ADHD thing.
Yeah. It's an ode to your wonderful country.
Yes. Do you know what? I think it's us just wishing that some of this vernacular was actually in our day-to-day dialogue in the UK, and it's just not. Like we don't. Can you imagine going up to someone or leave? Like imagine going into a shop and buying something, and then as you're leaving, you go Uru. They would look at you like you were absolutely insane, wouldn't they?
I know. Yeah.
You just couldn't get away with it here. It doesn't mean anything, but for us, it's hilarious. And it's fun to say. I'm not being funny. Yeah. I actually called someone Dal by accident recently because with you, I'm like, oh.
Every third word.
Third word, I'm like, guess what, Dal?
Yeah.
Oh, I've had the worst week at work, Dal. Yeah. And I said it to somebody that doesn't know by accident. I went, oh yeah, you know what I'm like, Dal. And then they looked at me and they were like, what? I was like, anyway, moving on.
Oh God, how embarrassing.
I can't help it. It just sneaks into real life sometimes. But anyway, luckily I work from home most of the time. I don't actually interact with real people.
I know.
Imagine.
I know.
So hopefully that kind of explains, but doesn't really explain why.
Yeah. We just do what we want, Dave.
We just find any opportunity to say these words because we love them. And we can't unless it's to ourselves.
So hooroo.
Hooroo! David says it's very funny because it's like going to France and saying au revoir.
Instead of bonjour.
Yeah. Imagine walking into a shop and going, au revoir. That's what we're doing. It is very funny. Oh dear. Sorry. We do apologise, but we do find it funny. We find ourselves funny. We can't help it. We're horrible people. Anyway, moving on. He says, Sophie asked why it took me so long to write in as a long-time listener.
Mm-hmm.
And he says the honest to God answer was that I wouldn't know where you were up to. That's fair enough.
Yeah,
because you're in Australia. You don't want to give us spoilers, which we appreciate. So thank you for that. So he says, I've now been looking at one of the dozens of converted to First Lookers. Oh my God, he's been listening to First Look episode. Oh my God. I can only apologise, David. I'm sorry. But anyway, he's been converted.
Some of our best work.
Is it? Most memorable, maybe, but I know where you're up to, so I can go back to those episodes and reflect on them. Oh, that's very sweet.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
That's very sweet. So he's looking at first look and thinking, I've already seen these episodes, but which ones are they up to? I don't want to give any spoilers.
I think we're creeping up on you, David.
We're not far behind. I think we're about 4 weeks behind at the moment. Maybe 5.
Mind you, I couldn't talk about what happened 4 weeks ago, could you?
No, probably not.
Not easily, without reference points.
It all blurs into one. It moves so fast.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry to interrupt. I'll be quiet. I'm drinking.
So what he says is, I can go back to those episodes and reflect on them, which is what I've done this week. Before I get into this week's episode, some stray observations. We love stray observations. Number 1, the guy who played Holden was a school kid on Neighbours. Ooh.
Oh, I've heard this. He was on Neighbours. Yeah.
I haven't watched Neighbours since the 90s, but I will take your word for it. He says his character on Neighbours was so innocuous and generic, I truly did not know he had this in him. Respect to Lack Miller for bringing the sinister. Okay,
yeah.
well that's fair enough.
He's done this really well.
He's been genuinely terrifying, and I didn't know that he could, anything else, really. This is the first time I've seen him, and he has been a really creepy stalker. I've bought.
He's done it really well. Yeah,
I've bought into the stalker shit.
Yeah,
I've been genuinely terrified. So,
and when we all wrote him off when we met him on the platform, disco.
Isaac, yes.
Oh God.
Yeah. He's been genuinely creepy, like really well portrayed. I've not liked him, but that's the point, is it not?
You weren't supposed. Yeah.
You're not supposed to. Okay, point number 2. I'm just going to say it. People watching Home and Away now in 2026 who weren't watching Brax when Brax was a regular, even if they've heard about the character, haven't been given much of a reason to care about him. Stephen Peacock looks inconvenienced by the whole thing, like he's checking his watch anytime the camera isn't on him. I've not noticed that. That's fascinating.
I mean, is this similar to when on our crossover app last week with Tamsin, when I was saying I'm a bit bored, like no one's doing anything? Is it a bit?
Yeah.
Is it sort of in that realm? Because I was like, there's no action. Like we're just sort of sitting around. Is it that?
I didn't feel like it was because the actor himself was feeling a bit like, oh God, this is a waste of my time. But I did feel like Brax was kind of longing for, now he's got a bit of a taste of the danger, This guy's turned up and he's on the run and it's familiar. It's his life from 10 years ago, but now his life's very stable and blah, blah, blah. I kind of thought it from a Brax point of view, but I didn't think it from a Stephen Peacock point of view.
Wow.
Fascinating.
Must be a big paycheck to do this then.
Yeah, I think he looks like he's enjoying it, especially from the behind the scenes stuff that we've seen, where they they showed the punch scene, where Cash punches Tane. There's a video that you shared, and then Home and Away UK Twitter account shared. It shows the behind the scenes episode of this. And Stephen Peacock being like, no, not here. You don't want to do this here. And then obviously the bit that we didn't see on the show was not in front of the producers because we might lose our jobs. It looked very funny and like I enjoy the behind the scenes stuff anyway. But that's interesting.
It's funny, isn't it? Because we have quite high profile Home and Away alumni that have gone on and left the show, gone on to bigger and better things, and they've sort of reflected on the show in a bit of a negative light.
True. Can think of a few.
And yeah. So the fact that he's even back tells me that that's not really his attitude, because he just wouldn't do it.
No, and I have seen him, even though he's made a name for himself outside of the show, and lots of people know him now, and not because of Home and Away, because they've never seen him on Home and Away before, but they've seen him on our Royal Flying Doctors and stuff like that. So I think he's made a name for himself outside of the show. There doesn't seem to be that bitterness, but then also we've got people like Chris Hemsworth that I feel like are also like, he could wash his hands of the show quite easily. He doesn't need the accolade of being on Home and Away. He's got his own Hollywood career carved out.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
he talks about being on Home and Away, he's genuinely prideful when he talks about
Yeah.
it, and he's like, yeah, it was great, and then like I really enjoyed that part of my life, and
I
and
learned everything, and yeah.
yeah, and it gave me a leg up. Like he realizes that without that, he wouldn't be where he is now, because it gave him a leg up. It gave him that accolade to kind of draw on or whatever. But you're right, there are other people, I would say, who are less successful, arguably, in their careers, that look down on the show. And maybe it's correlated between the success that they have got in their current career and how they feel about the show.
Yeah.
Because the people that are doing well that came from there are not shitting on it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. Yeah. And yeah, there probably is a relationship there that you're describing, between the two. I think the fact that he's back, if he's not wanting to be there, they must be paying really well.
I'm not getting the impression that he doesn't want to be there, I'll be honest. But it's interesting that
David
someone
is,
else
though.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his take on it.
Fascinating. If you can point out like a particular scene or a particular thing that happened, I'm willing to go back and re-watch. But it's
if you must.
It's I will, I will fall on my sword and rewatch a Brax scene. Maybe I did miss it the first time around, because, like I say, I think my TV was playing up because the dialogue seemed to be a bit patchy the first time I watched these scenes. But anyway, yeah, I will happily rewatch. If you want me to go back and have a look, I'm happy to do that. Point 3 that David makes is Ricky is such a poorly written artifact of a character, clearly so steadfast in that nagging wife inverted commas trope that you can tell her entire personality and dialogue was written by a room full of men.
Wow. Okay, this is. However, we don't disagree, do we? Last week we were talking about there's nothing there really.
No.
And then anything that she's got has been brought by Bonnie. Tamsin said that last week. Actually, and this is why I felt like I never really bought into her back then. And it'd be interesting to see if David get in touch if you're listening. Even back then, 2016, 2015, were you feeling the same about Ricky then? Because I really, really felt like she was a bit 2D.
Yeah.
And her biggest signs were her being there was just a vehicle for Brax's story to move on from Charlie. I said that last week. And actually, I felt like she was a bit better when she was with Nate. And I think that was mainly because I liked Nate, and I thought he was, even though he didn't really have much going on.
No. But he had less going on. It gave more room for her, maybe.
She is a character who has been underdeveloped back in the day, but there was no need for developing her then because she was hanging off Brax's coattails. Whereas
Nate had less development that gave her more room to be Ricky.
Yeah. But then who is Ricky really outside of... We don't know anything about her, do we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing about... Brax has got all this backstory, all this stuff, all this baggage, and Ricky's like with him.
Yeah.
So I can sort of see what David's saying. Being written by a room full of men.
It's interesting because the rest of the comment about Ricky says, seeing her in 2026 Home and Away feels like she's just stepped out of a time machine and is asking why all the women are out here having jobs instead of staying in the kitchen and cleaning up around the house.
Oh, now then.
Interesting.
I haven't considered this.
Yeah. That's interesting because it's like she's almost the anti-feminism trad wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little house on the prairie.
Yeah.
Milk the cows.
I hadn't gone that far in my analysis of her, but I can see why David's gone there.
Yeah, I can. And now I'm not going to be able to unsee that, David.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fascinating. It's because we don't really, like you said last week. I think you said on the crossover pod that we did. This is Brax's return. It's not really about Ricky. She's just there as an appendage, isn't she?
Yeah.
But then that also plays into the fact that she is an appendage, not a character in her own right, not a woman in her own right, with her own career and with her own aspirations and goals. She's just there as Brax's sidekick.
Yeah.
Which does lend itself to what David's saying.
Yeah. I think I called her the rebound that never left.
Oh God. It is, isn't it? Yeah, you wake up in the morning and they're still there and they don't leave. Yeah. It is a little bit like that. It's fascinating. I love hearing this from people.
This kind of conversation is why we watch this show, though.
Yeah.
Like, we want to talk to people like this, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
I want to be shown things I didn't see.
Well, okay, let's move on to David's next comment because I think this touches on something else you mentioned last week on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're talking about Casey Jr. here, although he's not mentioned specifically, right? Okay, so David says we couldn't find a single child actor who knows how to act. Home and Away has been living in this Children of Men dystopia for the majority of the 2020s, where there are no children around, and the one time a kid turns up, it's this fucking kid. Discuss.
Is that you, or is that David saying discuss?
I've added the discuss, but you mentioned Casey Jr.'s lack of river boy. Yeah.
Oh, he's a soft ass, isn't he?
But would you say he can't act?
I can't say I've seen much, to be honest.
No.
I don't want to. I'm not being tight now. I'm not going to be that guy. But what? I don't know. He goes to speak and gets shushed, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
David has obviously seen. I know he knows where we're up to, but he has seen more. So
that's true.
There could be a bit. There might be stuff there might be more acting chops we need to look at.
We're missing context, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Let's put a pin in that and come back to it in a couple of weeks because we know that Brax is potentially coming back. Not seeing the end of him. So, okay. Let's put a pin in that. David says, I love that every day Abby wakes up and asks herself the same question about every situation that unfolds in front of her. How can I make this about me?
Yep, can't argue with that.
He says, with no disrespect to Coastal News, the podcast, thank you, David.
Yeah.
Coastal News, the newspaper, has always been a dirt rag that sensationalizes. What did she think was going to happen? Well, we agree. What did she think? We agree that the rag of a newspaper that is the Coastal News.
We were saying in the episode earlier, the reputation of the newspaper is widespread.
Don't go there, doll.
But she's decided she's doing it anyway. To be fair, she's not heeded advice. But I feel like the advice given to her, particularly from Marley, okay, Leah's advice was pretty solid, as you mentioned. But Marley's advice, the delivery of it just wasn't. It just wasn't good.
No.
And I think that got her back up, and it made her more determined to do it.
Yes.
Because he was just being a bit of a tool,
Yeah. Yes.
I think he's culpable.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can't really. Yeah. It's all linked, isn't it? Unfortunately.
But thank you for differentiating us.
Coastal News podcast hopefully is slightly more entertaining than the Coastal News rag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But we do love a headline.
We do love a headline, as you know. That's how we start the ep off. Okay, so David says, now that the WA saga has come to a close, we know out of storyline why it happened. And he put in bracket WA tourism, bag of money, Channel 7, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But in the storyline, it's been an absolute shoehorning mess. The amount of just standing around and going, gee, isn't this countryside beautiful?
Mm-hmm. Tamsin commented that last week, didn't she?
It's been going on all week as well.
Yeah.
In terms of sponsorship subtlety, it may as well have been Tane will get you out of prison, and it's all thanks to the all-new flavour of Pepsi Max, the taste of Summer Bay. You know, when you watch some of the soaps nowadays on, I don't know whether it's the same as in Australia, because I don't think we have that many ad placements, but when you watch the UK soaps, it says like contains ad placements. And then I watched Coronation Street and there's like a Heinz ketchup bottle at the table, whereas previously it would be like a Weatherfield ketchup, you know what I mean?
Non-branded, yeah. And didn't Corrie get a Costa or something?
They've got a. Have they got an Argos?
They got like a real high street. Which is obviously sponsored.
They've got a corner shop, but they've got a co-op as well. But I'm sure they got like an Argos or something as well. In the background, you can see like named brands and all the ketchups and stuff. Like when they go out for a fry up in the cafe, it's Heinz. When they go for like a tinny in the local shop, it's like a Guinness, or you know what I mean? Like it's obvious that it's brand placement stuff.
What do you mean it's not Newton and Ridley?
In the pub it is.
Right.
But if they get a tinny from the corner shop, it can be a brand.
That's annoying. Don't like that.
They don't
you see, like
it,
on Home and Away, the beers are all like hoppers.
Yes. Yeah. They don't mention it, but like if you go into the pub and you ask for a Newton Ridley on tap or whatever, like you know that's a made up brand. But if they buy a wine or a beer from the corner shop, or they are using ketchup or whatever, they don't mention the name of the brand, but it's there in the shop. You can see it.
Oh, that's really annoying. That really do my head in.
But have you noticed that on Home and Away they have the VB for Alf? You can tell it's a VB beer.
Yeah. I used to say Home and Away used to do it. You know, back in the day, everybody suddenly had an iPhone.
And they wear, like, the branded clothing as well. Like, sometimes Cash has got, like, I can't remember what was it. No, I can't remember what brand it is. But it's got like, a twin pack of T-shirts that are the same. And they've got the same logo on. Like, one's white and one's blue. But it's got this, I can't think, is it Gap or something? I can't remember. Some kind
of, mean like a brand though.
Yeah. And it's like he's wearing and Remi does as well. Remi wears a lot of like biker T-shirts, Triumph, and
he was actually wearing a Mushroom Records T-shirt.
He was
once, and we know obviously they probably publish all the lyric music, so there is stuff that goes on. Yeah,
but it's not mentioned. It's just on screen. That's what Coronation Street is like. Yeah. I think we're used to it over here, though. I'm like, I don't notice it anymore because I'm so used to seeing it on Coronation Street, Heinz, Guinness, Co-op, Argos.
I noticed that the Western Australia tourist logo was like on the closing credits of the show.
Was it? Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. At the end, there's like a couple of logos that come up, and it's like, is it Endemol or whoever?
And Banner J.
Banner J, yeah, who distribute it or whatever. And then like channel5.com or whatever, you know. And then on there, the last couple of weeks, there's been the Western Australia Tourism Board logo.
I've not noticed that. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I love it.
Shoehorned in, basically. But, you know, dollars a show doth make.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, David says shoehorning mess. I can't disagree. Can't disagree.
We said it's expensive, this, though, innit? So...
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Yes. To end David's comment, he says, if Huru means hello in Coastal News, I'll say good day. To
Good
say
day,
goodbye.
Dave.
Good day,
Good
David.
day, David.
Thank you for your comment.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was brilliant. Keep it coming. And bless you. Like, you obviously watch it at Oz pace, but to keep up with our pace as well, and then try and not spoiler it for us. That's so nice. We do appreciate it.
And put up with us butchering everything. Yeah.
With our ridiculous UK accents. Anyway, thank you very much. And then we've got the last comment from Carl in Dublin. Carl's been recently on the pod a few times.
Carl's back.
Carl's back, yes. He actually referenced... That's never going to sound weird now. Uru, Carl. Carl says, hey again, guys. ... Just wanted to say, well played, Si. Right. Now, I've been let in. You know what this is about, but I've been let into the secret here. Okay, right. So apparently, Carl says you read First Look spoilers backwards last week to me. Because for those of you that have been following along for a couple of weeks, Carl has recently messaged us and said he listens to First Look, which is our episode that goes out on a Sunday evening, but he wanted it earlier because he goes for a little Sunday walk on a Sunday afternoon, and he would like to listen to the episode while he goes on a walk. God knows why. Thank you for caring, Carl, but God knows why you want to listen to us ramble on while you're having a nice walk in the countryside. But anyway, so Carl messages and said, I read along with the First Look synopsis, and I've noticed that Si reads some lines out and reads other lines not out to me, which I had no clue about. I had no clue that you were doing this, and you admitted when Carl called you out, you admitted that you were doing this on purpose. But not for a nefarious reason, but because you were being nice. You were seeing the potential spoilers that were coming up in the episodes, and you were trying to shield me. Or maybe you thought, Sophie doesn't really care about Mac being an idiot. I'll leave her out, and I won't make her mad. And I don't mind that. Like, now you've confessed to all your crimes. I'm totally okay with that. I'm like fully on board. But Carl says last week you did something even more nefarious because you did this on purpose. Now you read First Look backwards to me, and I had no idea. So I was reacting, going, "What? Who? Why?"
I'm shocked. I'm shooketh because. Did you know there was a moment where
I was drunk as a fart?
I had to listen to it back because I would get like someone had been arrested, but then got caught after they'd been arrested, and you were like, "What is going on?"
It made no sense.
I was like, "Don't know."
But the thing is, like when you read it forwards, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like the whole beauty of First Look is that it's completely unhinged and it's completely.
I just thought I'd have a little fun because this was like a fun joke that's rumbling on.
You got me after a whole bottle of Savvy B, and luckily you got away with it. But Carl has not passed him by. So what do you have to say for yourself, Mister?
I just say, Carl, I've had some fun. It was a good laugh. I won't do it to you again. I just thought I'd have a bit of a laugh last week. Well, and thanks for getting in touch because it just tickles me.
And I'm glad I know now. Finally, it hasn't gone unnoticed, but also it hasn't gone down badly because Carl says
nobody else seemed to notice, did they?
I don't think anybody else cares as much as Carl does. I'll be honest. But Carl does say you've done the impossible. You've made First Look even more unpredictable than before. Hilarious.
There we go.
And he says he's looking forward to you continuing to keep me on my toes in the future.
Well, I was going to behave, but if challenge accepted.
I was going to say, he's goading you now.
Yeah, I was going to behave after that.
Anyway. And then Carl says, as for this week's Home and Away, Jo has got to be the worst sister in the world possibly the worst character in the world, running out of town to find the man that she's supposedly in love with, please, while her sister is going through hell. Come on. Preach. So tired of seeing this girl on my screen. Hopefully her and Tane live happily ever after in WA forever. Well, I'm sorry, Carl, but if you've not...
He's back 3 days late. He's had a long weekend.
He has, but he's also in Dublin, and they are RTE. If he's not watching ahead, he might still be in WA.
No, he said he was our pace, didn't he?
He was trying to keep up with our pace. Yeah, bless him.
Yeah.
So hopefully we've not given you any spoilers, but he's not in WA right now. He's back in the Bay. He's in YCPD holding cells, I assume, after Cash has dropped him in it.
Yeah. And he's probably impregnated Joe.
Ew.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts, and ensure you never miss an episode.